Hello wonderful people, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing what I eat in a week. So I'm just going to start off with a chickpea omelette and tempeh bacon. I like to add a bunch of veggies into my chickpea omelette, so I'm just grating some carrot and some courgette. Then I'm going to mix it in with some chickpea flour, which is also known as besan. And once it's combined nicely, I'm going to add a little bit more flour and sweet corn and some peppers. And then I'm going to mix all of that up until it's nice and blended. Then I'm adding some roasted cumin powder, some turmeric, some garam masala, and some salt. As you can see, the consistency is quite thick, and that is how you want it. And I'm just gonna add some mushroom, chili, and tomato because I forgot about it. So now moving on to my tempeh, I'm just gonna cook it lightly on a frying pan and add a splash of barbecue sauce and let that cook for a while and soak up all of the flavors. And once that's ready, I'm just going to pour the chickpea batter onto a frying pan and let that cook. So this is what it looks like when it's done, and I usually have this with some beans and some toast, or I have it on its own. It depends on how I'm feeling. Moving on to my next one, which is a bean chili and chips. So I really love this recipe and it's one of my go-tos for sure. I am just going to start by chopping an onion, and I've got some minced garlic there as well. And then I'm just gonna finely dice the tempeh, and I like to add this for extra protein and just some more texture. So all together you'll need some haricot beans, mixed beans, but you can use any beans you like, a can of chopped tomatoes, onion, garlic, sweet corn and pepper, and here are my chips I'm gonna put in the oven, and the minced tempeh. So for the chips, I'm just going to massage them with some olive oil and oregano until they're evenly coated. And then I'm going to pop them onto my tray and get them ready for the oven. So while my chips are cooking away, I've got some cumin seeds and some oil, and I'm just going to add the minced garlic to that. Once it's brown, I'm going to add the onion and let that cook for a while. So while the onions are cooking, I'm just going to rinse my beans, and I've actually added another tin of haricot beans to this. And then I'm going to go in with the sweet corn and pepper and just mix that all up. Once that's combined, I'm going to add the tempeh. And then the beans. Once everything is mixed together nicely, I'm just going to add a tin of chopped tomatoes and also some water. Then I'm going to add the seasoning mix for the chili, and obviously if you have your own blend you can use that instead. So I'm going to let that cook for about 25 minutes, and this is what it looks like. And in the meantime, the chips should be nice and crispy, ready to eat. I like to have mine with mayonnaise. I don't know why, it just tastes so good. Moving on to the next one, which is a Thai green curry. And again, this is super easy to make. You just need a curry paste. I'm adding that to some water, and then I'm going to add some coconut milk to it. I'm saving a little bit of coconut milk here because I'm going to add it to the quinoa, but if you're using jasmine rice, you can also add it to that. So I'm just going to mix it and break down the paste and just combine it all together nicely. So this is defrosted tofu. I like to rip it so it kind of gets a bit of a texture to it, and then I'm going to bake it in the oven. And now I'm going to chop up some broccoli, baby corn, mushroom, carrot, sweet potato and green pepper. So once the sauce has thickened a bit, I'm just going to add all of the veggies to the pot. I'm going to give it a nice mix and put it on a low heat to simmer. In the meantime, I'm going to cook the quinoa and I'm going to add a bit of coconut milk to it just to make it creamy. So after about 20 minutes, the tofu would look like this, so it gives it a nice chewy texture. And I'm going to turn the heat up and add the tofu to the curry. And it is a bit watery, but I prefer it that way with the quinoa, and I'm going to have that with a fresh coconut. Moving on to the next thing, I like to have MALAI kofta and roti for dinner sometimes. So if you want to see my MALAI kofta recipe, I'll leave a link in the cards and in the description box below. Here's my attempt at making roti. I like to use spelt flour, but you can use any one that you like. And here it is. It's so creamy and so delicious. Make sure you check out the recipe. Next is falafel or veggies with some salad. So this is one of my main go-tos. It's so easy to make after a long day of work. I'm just going to use a falafel mixture and add some water to it. And I'm just going to make little patties and cook them on the frying pan. So we like to have this with some salad and chips or whatever we have on hand. Another thing you can do is just roast a bunch of veggies and have this with some salad as well. It's so simple, it's so filling, and it's so good for you. And that brings me to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you got some more inspiration for delicious vegan food. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you next time. Bye.